Alright guys, next match on the card, Caesar Hager going one-on-one against Dan Baker. Former tag team champion. Hagen.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Kiev, Ukraine, weighing in at 202 pounds, Caesar Hagen.
Former tag team champion, one half of the Wolfpack with his partner Tyler Clark. Going one-on-one against former world heavyweight champion Dan Baker, one of the greatest of all time. Dan had a contract on the table sitting and waiting. He wanted one of these matches in Japan. Says he knows his time in the ring is winding down. And he wants one more tour. He wants to face anybody and everybody. People he haven't faced before. New up-and-coming guys. One last ride with former rivals.
And his opponent from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 320 pounds, Dan Baker.
But this could very well be Dan's last match in Japan. Big opportunity for Caesar Hager, but one thing for sure, do not take Caesar lightly. I believe Caesar is undefeated in one-on-one competition, so this is definitely no walk in the park for Dan. He does not need to take Caesar lightly. There is a tournament coming up for guys that are not in singles division championship bracket, so a lot writing on the wall for a lot of guys in singles competition tonight. But the bell has rung. The match is up underway. Both men locking up, and Dan with a nice arm wrench. But Caesar, I will say, if we're going to go down the list of advantages, wrestling advantage is in Caesar's corner, at least in my opinion. Dan might prove me wrong on... Okay. Dan does have a huge size advantage, though. Cruiserweight versus damn near... Dan's not the weight size of a super heavyweight, but height-wise, like he's 6'8". Caesar's 5'10", I believe, so... Yeah, size advantage, strength advantage definitely in Dan's favor with speed, technical ability. I mean, I would say Caesar, but shit, Dan. But we all know Dan's big target. And Caesar, at some point, probably will lock in on that. Oh my God. Dan with a huge clubbing shot to the back of the head, it seemed like. Jesus, big right hand from Dan. As Dan now just striking away, pummeling Caesar. Big clothesline. This Japanese crowd definitely familiar with Dan. A lot of great matches in PCW, TPW. It's Ted Van Sice, Troy Daniels, Taylor Thomas. Wait a minute. Outside the ring goes Caesar. Not wasting any time. If Dan's going to turn up, Caesar's going to have to turn up. Oh my God. Chopping the skin off of Dan's chest, but those right hands gotta feel like freight trains coming at you. Oh my God. Dan just flinging Caesar into that metal barricade. I've never seen Dan run like that quickly into the ring. Dan just striking away, and now big sidewalk slam. Dan in complete control. Dan kind of looking like he's back in his stride, back in his groove. As Caesar is at a complete kick to the back of that leg. Oh my God! Tripping him up into a little gun stun over the top rope. Nice little bridge pin going for those legs with Dan. I think he's just kind of flung him off there. There's Caesar now Complete control now, going after those legs in a beautiful four-leaf clover. And look how he's reaching. Dan could really reach for the ropes, but oh, he just kind of crawled out. Kind of mostly used his upper body strength to crawl out. Jesus, what a liver shot. Caesar felt that, but those chops are really taking their toll. Kicks across the chest. Caesar in complete, not in complete control, excuse me. Guess the legs are still fine. Dan's still able to use them. That side swing like it knocked all of the air out of Caesar's body. He probably couldn't breathe from that damn gut punch. And that seems to be the focal point for Dan. Oh, and over the top rope goes Dan. Caesar, I don't know how he had the strength to lift up Dan in a suicide headbutt, it seemed like. Caesar like a torpedo, a little Spitfire, I call him. Was looking for a little foot stomp on the back of the head, but Caesar staying one step ahead. Going to the top rope, but that might be a mistake. And it was as Dan catches him, and now taking Caesar to the top rope. I don't know what he's looking for exactly. Got him on his shoulder, and Caesar fighting back. He was in deep trouble. Oh! Gunstun on the rope. Oh, and a missile drop kick. Right to the face of Dan. Caesar hooks the leg on the cover. I don't think that's going to be it. Yeah, Dan grabs the rope. And just like I said earlier, you can get your shoulder up off the mat. It'll be a little bit easier. You don't want the referee to miss it, but Dan's literally tall. He's right there. I don't know where the referee's going to miss that. I don't think you want to miss that if you're the referee. Oh, Caesar catching Dan's leg. Wait a minute. Oh, exploder suplex. Think we might have our Cesaro, guys, because Jesus, there is no way a man his size should be able to throw Dan like that, no problem. And now going right back to the leg again, another four-leaf clover in the center of the ring this time. And I think he has this one system a little different. That way Dan just can't crawl out. So Dan is in deep trouble. No, he's not. And literally pulling his leg off and throwing a little left for good measure. Oh yeah, and he's got Dan pissed off. Knife edge chop. Oh, Dan throws one right back. Oh, went for a discus clothesline, but now Caesar going after the legs again. Oh, now Dan, oh man. Using the knee with the knee brace too for good measure. Dan fired up now in complete control. Irish whip. Japanese crowd on their feet. Dan getting them up. Looking for the King's Guillotine. I don't think he got all of that though, because his legs are probably in bad shape right now. Caesar has not been playing around. But Dan, not to be deterred. I think he's going to go for it again. Oh, and Caesar caught his leg again. I think this is called Fish Hooks Deluxe. And he's got it locked in the center of the ring. Perfect ring position. And Dan might have to tap for only the second time in his career. You know the lore, you know the lore. But Dan is in bad shape. Referee asking if he wants to tap, but Dan getting out again. Those right hands are doing the Lord's work for Dan. Another side slam. And Dan Baker looking to get back in this matchup. Oh my God, what a DDT. Literally face planting Caesar into the mat in red shoes, into the cover, and a kick out by Caesar. That was a picture-perfect DDT if my black ass ever saw one. And somehow Caesar stays in it, but these right hands and lefts. Oh, went for a shoulder block, and it didn't work. Another kick to the leg. Irish whip into the corner from Dan. And he's slowed down, but he's still using those legs. I don't know how smart that is. Maybe Dan knows something that I don't. Or maybe he's just the toughest son of a bitch I've ever seen. Double axe handle as he just jumped off the middle rope. I think Dan letting the crowd and Caesar know that he's not doing enough. What a knee that just rocked Dan, and a kick, and Dan is still on his feet. Nice fist chop, Dan on the ropes, and over the top rope goes Caesar. Dan somehow, some way, stayed on his feet. That knee would have took me out probably for the match, and Dan going for a powerbomb. Wait a minute, no. King's guillotine on the barricade. Oh my God. Dan throwing Caesar in the ring. And that should be the match right there. Red Shoes doing the mercy of Caesar, but Caesar didn't ask for it. He kicks out. Got out of the way. He across the back. Back across the knee, excuse me. And now Caesar on the middle rope. Think he was going for a splash, but Dan rolled. And it was more of a headbutt, but Caesar's going to still go for it. Into the cover, and Dan powers out. Don't ask me how Caesar is still walking after that, but I do call him the Spitfire. And it might have woken him up, in my opinion. Dan up to his feet, Caesar catching his breath, waiting. Big strikes in that knee. Knocked down. Knocked Dan out for sure. Caesar to the top rope. As Dan's getting up to his feet now. Oh, went for a missile drop kick, and Dan got out of the way. Caesar on the apron, but he is hurt. Oh, kick to the head from Caesar. Oh, the slingshot spear. Slingshot spear, and now Caesar in the corner. Super kick. Hooks the leg. Dan might be out cold, sit on the ring. 2, 3, no. Dan powers out again, and he's still getting up. Well, now Caesar going for an arm wrench and an elbow from Dan. I don't know exactly what he was looking for, but Dan neglected it, and what a, oh my God, a power slam. Hooks the leg, 2. Oh my God, he somehow rolled it. Did I say neglect? He somehow rolled his shoulder up off the mat. That power slam was nasty. Well, now Dan was feeding up this crowd a little bit, and Caesar damn sure made Dan pay. He just popped up out of nowhere. Double axe handle from Caesar and an elbow, and the Spitfire is fired up. Oh my God, what a jumping clothesline. Oh, missile drop kick, and Caesar's not done. Missile drop kick again. Wait a minute, he's still not done. Oh my God, Dan is bleeding. Wrenching the arm. Lariat, arm wrench, lariat. Hooks the leg on Dan Baker, and oh my God! Caesar, what the hell did I just see? Caesar like a rocket, like a fucking madman. Oh, wait a minute. That's why he just cracked his neck. Going after the leg again. Oh my God! I do not know what you call this. I don't even know how he was able to get Dan up in his position. He has his whole leg bent around his shoulder blades, and Dan might have to tap right here in the center of the ring in Japan. Dan's got to get, just kicking Caesar in his head. Dan, wait, he's going for the King's guillotine again, and he plants him. Oh, Dan is hurt. Yeah, Dan is hurt, and he just planted Caesar. I don't even know if that powerbomb is. Oh, he's not done. Dan's not done. Still using the leg, and he's going for another King's guillotine. Oh my God! Message sent loud and clear. The King's Guillotine times 10. Plant Caesar in the. This was the first one where he definitely didn't get all of it, but oh my God. This was a. Okay, they're not gonna show that replay, but I'm gonna have to start showing these replays myself. There was that beautiful power slam that I'm glad they showed, where I don't know how Caesar got his shoulder up. There was that second drop kick. I think that was the one that opened Dan up. He called him flush.
Here is your winner, Dan Baker.
Dan Baker with an emphatic win after a great match. Caesar Hager has nothing to be ashamed of, because I think there was a few times in that matchup where he could have walked away with the win, but Dan made sure that all of Japan and all of the locker room heard that message. I'm still here. But guys, stay tuned. Up next will be Chris Daniels versus Kofi Banks. Stay tuned, my boys.